Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Gary and we talk about anything and everything about retirement. Whether you're getting ready to retire like I am, or you've been retired for 20, 30 years, this is a good channel to tune into and have that discussion about it. Today I just wanted to cover, do you really need to keep a budget during retirement? Many people, they just feel like, gosh, I've worked for all these years, I've watched my nickels and my dimes, and I really don't want to keep a budget during my retirement. I just don't want to hassle with it. I'm not an accountant, and I get it, okay? I'll share a little bit what I've been doing and preparing for my retirement. But, if we're going to talk pros and cons about it, a few of the pros. If you're keeping a budget, you at least know if any of your expenses are climbing on you or increasing and you don't even realize it. We know property taxes, we know healthcare costs, we know car insurance. All of these things just grab us, especially as inflation's applied to those things. And you don't want to sit here and turn around in a year, 6 months, 2 years and go, wow, how did my expenses get this high? Okay. You think about subscriptions, online subscriptions that you may be using on your smartphone that you don't really use anymore, but they're sitting out there. So tracking those expenses are really good to at least be aware of. And keeping a budget may help you with those things. The other thing that can happen with, and just things that can really throw your budget off, is you might have a child, you might have a grandchild who needs a little extra help, okay? And maybe you didn't account for that in your budget. So, having a budget to look at these type of more surprise expenditures, home repairs, roof repairs, car repairs, can all just kind of throw a wrench into our budget. So I think those are some really good things. The other thing is keeping a budget may give you peace of mind, okay? That you've laid it out and it has given you some idea of what those expenses are, okay? I started about 18 months ago. Again, as I mentioned in my first video, I'm not retired yet, getting close to it, getting ready. But I started about 18 months ago, just keeping a real simple Excel sheet on my computer here. It's nothing fancy, it's not an app, it's just a basic Excel sheet. And I'd probably say, the most surprising thing to me were how many small things that I initially didn't account for in the Excel sheet, in the categories of it. And none of them were, earth-shattering or that they break the bank, but I went ahead and started tagging those just so I would know. And there were quite a few that I had missed. The other thing that I noticed, or that I did on mine, is I line itemed across the entire year my real estate taxes, and also my homeowner's insurance, and ran those all the way across. And then of course, streaming subscriptions, internet subscriptions. So some of the things that you just, lawn maintenance or lawn care, fertilizing, things of that nature, kind of just kept those for the last 18 months. So there definitely were some surprises within there that I felt like the budget has helped me out. I'm looking over at my budget now. Some life insurance policies, and some things of that nature that were helpful to me. So I think just in general, it's smart. Maybe even heading into retirement, if you haven't retired yet, is put that Excel sheet, put that budget together. I really call mine just more household expenses, just for looking at them. And I've been pretty darn dedicated the last 18 months at looking at those. And seeing how they've changed or impact over the last 18 months. So I think it's a great idea and to maintain it. But I also have kept it simple. I don't want to hassle with it, every day and drilling down on it. I don't keep track of hey, I went to this restaurant, grabbed lunch. I went to Subway and picked up a sub sandwich. Just don't do those small things. If I go and get a cup of coffee, I'm not keeping track of these small things. Mine are the bigger categories of what hits the household in it. You know, a negative side that I hear on people trying to keep a budget during retirement is it can really impact their happiness. I mean, you know, if it's tight or you're seeing things that you're so aware, you're hyper aware of what you're doing on your budget, that's not good either. You know, again, I don't want to sit there and go and I spent $1.40 for a cup of coffee. Oh, I better write that down. I better track that. Oh my God, I did it 4 times this month. What do I do now? You know, up against, I better not have coffee for the first 2 weeks of next month. You know, I don't think that's good. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it would make you a happy retiree. And like most of us, we put a lot of years in at our jobs and our career. So, you know, you shouldn't have to keep a tight rein on yourself on certain expenses. I mean, absolutely. My homeowner's insurance, my car insurance that I have in here, you know, I watch those, you know, because I want to shop them if they get out of control on it. Another one is cell phone. I mean, we all know cell phone bills can be ridiculous. You know, I mean, I look at mine, what we spend every month on 2 cell phones, and that's terrible. The other big one is real estate property taxes, you know, in the town that I live in, and they just keep going up. And I'm sure many of you are experiencing, you know, the same thing, you know, with that. So those are things that I can at least look at and determine whether or not I'm going to go out and shop them, at least on the expenses. Wish I could shop my real estate taxes. You know, we pay personal property taxes on our vehicles here in this state. And, you know, that will definitely in retirement maybe keep you from going out and buying a brand new vehicle when you at least see what you're paying now and have an idea of what that could cost you in the future. So those are some thoughts on keeping just a very simple spreadsheet on your budgeting side of it. Again, my biggest thing on it is, has any of this changed what I'm doing or what I'll be doing in retirement? No, not really. I mean, but it definitely gave me some guidance and opened my eyes to a few things with it. As we all know, I mean, we're all going to be, you know, living on Social Security, some 401k money, maybe a pension, brokerage account, you know, maybe some other rental insurance. But it's not like when we were working, you know, these funds are generally limited. So overall, I think a budget, you know, a very simple, as I call it, house expenses, and take a look at it. Try it for 3 months. You know, create a little Excel sheet. Try it for 3 months and see what expenses maybe that you didn't, you know, you weren't thinking about, that you didn't add to it. And but I wouldn't stress over it. I wouldn't make it where it's a job and a burden. You know, I'd make it so that it's easy and simple for you to do. If you'd like some guidance, I would be happy to share my Excel sheet with you as far as the structure of it and some of the items that I had on mine. And just shoot me a message or put a note in the comments below. And if you would also tell me what you're doing in the comments. Do you keep a budget? Do you have no intentions on keeping a budget? Should you do a budget? Okay. Let me know your thoughts on it if you would. And also, if you enjoyed the video, if you think it was helpful, please subscribe and hit the notification button. That would be great. That would really help me out. And I've got many other subjects I want to talk about as I'm looking at retiring very soon, but I'm really looking at getting feedback from you guys, okay? I'm 64 and a half right now, okay? So I have put off retirement longer than some, but not as long as others. So any guidance from you guys would be terrific. Should I definitely retire, this year, this summer, or should I wait? Or did I already miss the window and I should have retired at 62? Anyway, give me some feedback. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day.